this is the key, right? The key to becoming our best selves is committing to new ways of being. And that brings me to today's episode, which is best tips for improving dream recall. And as a coach who's working with people around their dreams, the number one objection, the number one barrier to them really getting the most out of their dreams isn't the analysis. It isn't actually working with the dream. In fact, that part comes very naturally, it comes very intuitively. The language of dreams is symbolic, it's metaphorical. Once we start working with our dreams on a consistent basis, we find that it just starts to flow and our mind starts to open and we get a little ground under our feet and we make a lot of progress. Really, the barrier comes in the very first step, which is creating the habit of remembering your dreams, right? Because you can't work with a dream if you wake up and you don't remember it. So today's episode, we're going to break down the 3 best tips for helping you improve your dream recall so that you can start a consistent dream work practice and you can wake up in the morning excited to journal or record your dream and then set aside the time to work with it. But again, you have to make that commitment. You have to create that habit of being willing to prioritize remembering your dream first thing in the morning. So the first place that we want to look when we want to start a consistent dream work practice is our beliefs about who we are and our dreams. So tip number 1 is start noticing, or even, grab a pen and paper and start writing down your own beliefs about yourself and your dreams and how you and your dreams connect or don't connect. And I've worked with hundreds of clients, so I've noticed a pattern in the most common, self-limiting beliefs. And the number one thing that I hear from clients or potential clients is, "Oh, I can't remember my dreams. I'm just that person. I don't dream, and if I am dreaming, I don't remember." So if that's a resonating with you as a belief that you have about yourself, that you just don't remember your dreams, or maybe you think you don't dream at all, I want to start by saying there are very rare instances. It's a very small percentage of people that actually don't dream. And in fact, probably the leading cause of somebody who may actually not dream would be some sort of, accident or brain damage. There's something physically going on. But again, that's a very small percentage. So if you're, a regular healthy person, you most likely are dreaming. It's just that you haven't trained yourself to prioritize remembering the dream. Most likely your alarm goes off in the morning and you jump right into that automatic program, the habits we've already created for our daily routines of get up, get in the shower, or get up and go get some coffee, whatever that is, right? So most likely you are dreaming. It's just you have to create a new habit. So that belief of I can't remember my dreams, how do we work with that? So the best way to start, working with that belief, and really that belief is kind of as part of your identity. It's part of your self-concept, right? Anything that begins with the word I am, or I will, or I can't, you're just reinforcing a self-concept that maybe you're not even fully aware of how much it's limiting you. So the best way to get around that belief and overcome it is to set new intentions and create a new self-concept for yourself. Now, if you're hearing this and you're thinking, okay, this is getting really deep really fast, how is this a best tip to help me remember my dreams? I want to just bring you back in and say this is actually the most important piece. This is why we start here, examining our own beliefs about ourselves. If you are interested in psychology, depth psychology, or understanding human behavior, you will eventually find that what is true about us human beings is that everything we experience in our life, everything that we create or engage with or perceive, the stories that we create about our daily lives are all filtered through one thing and one thing only, and that's our self-concept. That's our sense of identity, who we believe we are, who we believe others are, and who we believe we're not, and who we believe other people are not, right? That informs, that is the filter, that is the sheen that is overlaying everything that we encounter and experience in life. So this is not a small thing. You do not want to skip this step. This is tip number one. Become really aware of your own beliefs. The second most common belief is, I don't have the time. And this is where I, as a coach, tend to get a little bit gritty and will really challenge my clients. And I'm going to really challenge anyone who's listening that feels like, oh God, I just don't have the time. The average screen time for someone living in America these days is over 7 hours a day. So if we're able to spend 7 hours a day staring and interacting with screens, surely we can dial that back a little bit and spend some time, setting intentions, grounding ourselves, prioritizing our sleep, and recording a dream first thing when we wake up in the morning. And in fact, you don't even have to get rid of your screen to do that. If you want to record your dream into your phone or in an audio recording app, I promise you, there is time. And that is just the number one kind of throwaway excuse that I will always discount. There is always time. We make time for the things that matter to us. No? So I can't remember my dreams. Well, you have to create a new self-concept. You have to set the intention, write it out 10 times a day, or as you're falling asleep, just say the affirmation, I am going to remember my dream. The words I am are the most powerful two words that you can ever say about yourself. So be very careful and very intentional about what you put after those words, I am. So set that intention, repeat that affirmation, create a new self-concept. I am going to remember my dream. I am going to gain wisdom from tonight's dream. I am going to wake up tomorrow and record my dream. Whatever starts fueling those juices inside that you feel the paradigm shift in yourself, that's what you want to repeat over and over. I don't have the time. You can make the time. If you really are interested in growing and getting familiar with your own mind and getting the practical wisdom and guidance from your own subconscious, you will find the time. And, I do this professionally, and I do this almost every day for myself and my own personal journey. Truly, it doesn't even take that much time. It takes about as much time as you are excited to give it. So it can be as little as 10 minutes a day. You can spend an hour or so a day. It just depends on how much you're getting out of it and how willing you are to dive into this practice. This is a self-help practice. So if you're wanting to improve your life, if you're wanting to grow, if you're wanting to get healthier, if you're wanting to heal things in your life, this is a self-loving, self-healing, self-care practice. You can find time for that. And the third one that I hear often of a limiting belief that keeps people from really engaging with dream work is it's too hard. I don't get it. I don't understand. And again, this is kind of what I was saying earlier. The hardest part is creating the habit. Once you get into the rhythm, once you create the habit of waking up, recording your dream, and then spending some time with it, it's actually not hard. It's very intuitive. You're just spending internal time, looking at the dream, noticing how it makes you feel, making note of the situations and the people, noticing common themes and breaks. So tip number one for how to improve dream recall. Number one, look at your beliefs. Write them out, or just if you're in the car driving or you're at work and you have a few minutes to yourself, just kind of notice, just ask yourself, what do I believe about myself and my ability to remember my dreams or my ability to prioritize dream work? There might be even more beliefs that you find, like dream work is pointless or it's not going to help me. Whatever comes up, just sit with those beliefs without judging yourself. There's no need to judge yourself about what the beliefs are. They are what they are, and they're running on an automatic program. So it's actually a really good thing that you're taking note of them. And you don't have to try and reframe them or change them, or you just have to make an internal shift. You just have to decide for yourself, what kind of person are you going to be? Are you going to be somebody who remembers your dreams? And are you going to be somebody who takes the time out of their day to write it down and then reflect? And are you going to be somebody who maybe it is hard, maybe it is challenging, but is that going to stop you? Just because something's hard, just because you're, not fully versed in how to do dream work, don't let that stop you. Because as we know, the greatest leaps of growth and change in our life happen when we go straight into things that challenge us and feel hard. That's how we cultivate resilience and empowerment. Okay, so tip number one, figure out what your beliefs are about who you are and your dreams and your ability to incorporate dream work into your daily life.